Emilio, man, becoming the responsible one here. That's how you know we're in trouble. All right, so let's shift gears and show another play that was huge. And again, we're going to hit all these in great detail tomorrow on Chalk Talk. But it's Victory Monday. We're hitting some of the bigger plays that we can kind of identify right off the bat. So you know what this is. This is that rocket ball from old number 10. This is Brett Favre 2.0. Man, what a shot here. And we'll break it down. He actually checks out of the play and goes to a different play call at the line of scrimmage, he being Love. But, man, this rocket ball to Tucker Kraft down the seam, boys. Look at this shot. Look at this. Let somebody come look at this. Look at that right there, boys. And the catch by Tucker. Oh, my gosh. Let's just play it on loop for a minute. And, again, I think the call, if I remember correctly, was a skinny post, okay? Skinny post, sit, dig. So you're going to have multiple options there if that skinny post isn't there. And really, man, great job by the safety trying to break on it. But you know what that tells me when you see a safety miss a ball like that? He underestimated Jordan Love's arm strength. There's no two ways about it. Does that not look like Favre, boys?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It honestly looked like it should have gone up the seam a little more. It looked like it should have kept going up the hash, and he forced him more, to the end in Green Bay rather than the B. But right there, I feel like he could have just drifted it 2 yards to the right. But I know he sees the linebacker, so I like his window to the left. But still, it's crazy.
I'll tell you what, if there was a 1/10 of a mile an hour difference in that throw, it's picked off.
Oh, absolutely.
An absolute laser beam from Jordan Love right there, and it had to be.
Yeah, and again, look at the ball, nose down. I mean, that's a rocket, dude.
You could probably count the spirals on that thing. How many times it turned over? That's a tater that's been hummed right there.
Yeah, and here is the all 22. If you want to see it from that angle, we'll show it real quick so you can see. Here's a skinny post curl with a dig, right? And again, we already seen that camera, so we'll just go right here. Yeah. So you can see an up top little post corner from the X. So you can see Jordan look at him pre-snap too, and I think he just basically said, keep yours on. And what he changed was to the right because he's seen that down the seam because they're showing that too high shell. And here's the other thing too, the information he gathered, you can't see it because I had it cut off. I'm pretty sure he actually had Josh Jacobs run a little decoy. So what he did was cheated out left and then came back, and you could tell the guy followed him back, and that told him, all right, man, coverage. That's when Jordan came to the line, changed the play, and then, of course, fire away right there. Bang. So just a great job, man. Great job identifying the hat count at that second level. Tucker Kraft, man, that catch, you guys, if you've seen the telecast, man, it was unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. So, all right, there we go with that. Let's do this. Let's shift gears and get to see, we've been breaking down tape, ain't we?
I was going to say, should we get to something we planned on getting to?
Not yet. Let's see. Jordan Love. Let me just write this down real quick. I apologize, guys. Trying to make sure that we don't mislead people in the titles. I hate it when people do that to me. Oh, my God. When I see a title of the podcast and it says we're going to talk about this, they spend 30 minutes of their program talking about hot dogs and then 5 minutes talking about what they said was in the title. I want to hurt somebody. So anyway,
sit your butt outside.
Exactly right, Coach. I'm glad you said it, not me. Here's the email that we got from Dylan. I want to hit this real quick because I thought it was absolutely awesome. This is the cat that was asking me about, kind of advice as far as what to do on the trip and this and that. And I'll go full screen so you guys can see a little bit more. He said, hey, Clayton, it's Dylan from Ontario. Here's some of the pictures of my wife and I's day in Green Bay yesterday. We had some good burgers at Crow's West. That was one of the recommendations we made. Then we did the legendary tour. The guy leading it was a man named Tom Pigeon. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm not sure how well known he is, but he's awesome. He's been going to the Packers since he was a kid. He went to his first game at Lambeau. He went to the first game played at Lambeau. Sorry. The ISPO and a whole bunch of other legendary games. His stories were unreal, and a lot of the artwork inside 1265 is based off photos he's donated. So it felt like an honor to be toured by him. The Hall of Fame was amazing too. Almost hard not to get emotional walking through there. So much history is attached to this team. As a younger fan, I can only imagine what the early founders and investors of the team would say if they saw what the Packers have become today. Very well said there. Feel free to use the photos in the stream. I would, or on your stream, I would send more, but the attachments are too big. Email. So there's the Crow's West burger. Look at the grease on that bun, boys. That's what you're looking for.
The real butter burger right there.
That's right.
No disrespect to Culver's. Culver's makes good stuff too. But if you want a true butter burger, you got to go to Crow's for sure.
Yeah, all I can have is all I get down here is Culver's. So I'll take it. But man, next when we're up there, I might need to make a pit stop and grab.
Yeah, man. So you go to Crow's West, grab a butter burger, and then you go to Culver's and grab you some custard afterwards. That's how you do it.
And then we'll grab Jacob some cannolis.
There it is.
On the way back, right? All right, so there's the first picture. Then here he is, Hall of Fame. Obviously, the championship belt. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
That Clay Matthews put on Aaron Rodgers' shoulder when they won the Super Bowl. They got it right there in the case too. Really cool. Jordy Nelson, Clay Matthews jerseys. There's that shot. Beautiful shot of Lambeau, obviously. Some of the Hall of Fame Packer Hall of Fame balls.
Oh, yeah.
1965 Vince Lombardi NFL championship ring. And then there's Dylan and his lady. At Lambeau Field. Just absolutely awesome that the fans share this stuff with us, man. But again, Dylan, thank you for taking the time to send that, man. Absolutely awesome, bro.
I need to do the tour next time too. I didn't have enough time.
I
didn't have enough time when I was up there. I didn't even get to see the trophies, nothing.
We got to give Dylan one of these.
Take it
real quick.
Exactly. All right. So let's go to the chat real quick. Professor Cakes, Tucker Kraft. What are you waiting for? I don't know. Something amazing. So we got to get that sound drop for sure. Mr. Larry in the house. Love said he got it out in front of Tuck a little more than he wanted to. Don't you love it? Just those, the absolute laser of the game is still going, I should have done this a little bit better. I love it.
That's a great catch there by Larry. Thank you, Mr. Larry. Because that backs up what Emilio just said. That ball might have been.
He probably just wanted it just a hair straighter down the right hash there.
Yep.
Then the dive wouldn't have looked as cool. The dude wouldn't have almost had the fingertips on it, but
yeah, gotta love it.
Yep.
Definitely. And then Fred McFarley gets it back on track and says, the PTA hot piss play of the week. Make this a thing. Oh my God.
Yeah, our guys better wake up with their piss hot, like I said before. So.
Write it down. The PTA hot piss play of the day, play of the week.
We already know who won this week's.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of them.
Oh, really. Man, it's Tuck Norris all day. Laying out for your team right there.
Yeah, and I want to mention this too. Everybody on YouTube, go vote. We forgot to do it, we being me and how ignorant I am. We want to do every post-game show. We want to do the PTA player of the game. So who was your player of the game in the win over the Texans? The 4 choices I put up was Eric Wilson, who had 2 sacks, 4 tackles for a loss, and 1 pass defended. Jordan Love, 220 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rashawn Gary, 1 sack, 7 quarterback pressures, and 5 tackles. And then Brandon McManus, 3 extra points in the game-winning field goal. Right now, Eric Wilson running away with it, 64%, 2 sacks, 4 tackles for a loss, and 1 pass defended. Make sure you get your vote in there, guys. Definitely get your vote in. Let's see. What is wrong with you?
Eric over here said it. He said, if I die from eating too many butter burgers, it's all good.
Hey, amen. What a way to go out, dude. I'm all about it, man. I feel like I would have done my service as a Packer fan if I
kicked
the can from cardiac arrest. Come on, dude.
It's either from a butter burger or from watching the games. One of the two.
I don't want to get her in trouble, but I'm pretty sure the lady that spoke to us there at Crow's owns the joint. She was working the register, and she may not be there any longer. She was just decked head to toe in Green Bay stuff, Green Bay earrings. Her and Mandy ended up hugging before she left. You know how Mandy is. She got to know her life story and everything. But she made a couple comments to me at the register of how they run their business, and I won't say it on the air, but God bless that woman. She's a damn national treasure. I'm just telling you right now, dude. I'll leave that. We know our fan base, our listeners that we've got here, and they would really, really greatly appreciate it. I'll just move it along. But another cool story I wanted to hit on, and then we'll get into the PFF grades. This was absolutely awesome. Who was it that tagged us in this? Do you remember, Amelia? Was it Paul something? Am I thinking right? Or Tim? Was it you, Tim, that mentioned it to me?
Yeah, I think it was Tim.
It is Paul Burkholtz
On
on
Twitter.
X.
Of
Tag
course,
it.
it's Bo,
Yeah.
man. Bo, man. Respect for responding to me. I mean, just blessing people.
Man of the people, man. Here's what
Yeah.
the tweet said. So Bo quote tweeted a tweet from Troy Stoller. All right. And it says, prayers were answered today at Jackson's 8-week post-op CT scan. Everything is healing perfectly. He couldn't wait to tell his favorite player, get busy underscore Bo. God is good, is what the tweet said there at the end. Is there anything else? That's it, right? Okay, so we'll play the video.
Bo,
Let me start it over here as we botched it. Again, Bo quote tweeted it and said, my guy Jax is cleared. Heart emoji. So happy for you, Jax. AGTG. Miss you, big dog. Here's what Jax had to say. You may have to crank it up. It's as loud as it'll go here on the program.
Hey, Bo, I had my CT today. It was all really good news, and now I'm cleared. And by the way, really good win yesterday. You got a good 3rd and 5 reception for a first down.
My man.
See?
Go back. Oh, and I'm cleared.
I love it. I love the Bo Melton
awesome.
celebration too, right? The muscles. You got to love it.
Yeah, that's oh man.
We might have a tape guy here, a future tape guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
He saw that 3rd and 5 conversion. I like that.
I don't know what you guys. That stuff tears me up, man. Like the fact that a kid's having to go through that, and just how crazy he is about the Packers and Bo taking the time, and that's what it's all about. We always hear about the bad stories. We've listened to the Brandon McManus stuff for the last week, and it's just negative. This is the stuff we need to be shining light on right here, man. Just absolutely awesome there. So obviously, shout out to Troy and shout out to Jackson getting healthy there. It's good stuff. And Bo Melton, just a damn hero. Love it, man. Seth Reuter with the super chat. Do we know who the new long snapper is? It sounds like there's not going to be a new long snapper, Seth. Basically, it was just a procedural move they're using to be able to bring Jonathan Ford off of IR so they can put him directly on the practice squad. And then they're going to bring Matt Orzik right back as long snappers. What it sounds like, according to Matt Schneidman right now. We'll see. That could change if they find someone else. But as it sits right now, that's the way I understand it. Appreciate the super chat, buddy. Good to see you in here. Eric Sutherland says, outstanding, kids smiling is food for the soul, my friends. God bless that young man. Amen to that, Eric. Man. It's just, we're so blessed to be Packer fans, dude. It's an organization that always does everything the right way, or tries to do everything the right way. No doubt about it. All right, let's shift gears and get into the PFF grades. That sound good, fellas?
Yeah.
And Emilio, you go when you need to go, brother.
No, you're good. I was just letting you. I sent you something in the DMs. That was the chat has been calling for it. It's the Packers did a hot piss edit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean it's not a video, or it's not a. I don't think maybe
It's the Tuck Norris play. Yeah, it's the laser to Tuck Norris. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So you want me
been
to
asking for it.
you want me to play it? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, they were wondering if we had the clip pulled up.
As long as there's not music to it, right? That's the big thing that we don't want to.
I didn't have sound. Let me mute it real fast.
No, you're good. Yeah, just see if you can find out if there's music attached or not. If there isn't, then we should be good. Man, what in the world? Why
No,
is
you
it-
just hear Tony Romo talking about how close it was.
Oh, that could be tough then. Dang it. We got to be careful with it because the TV networks. Listen, I'm not dogging them. They pay a lot of money.
We
Yeah.
could run it on mute though, because you
Yeah.
can just see the
Yeah.
graph.
It's just the pictures.
Okay, we'll do that. And let me go grab the Packers page here real quick. Give me just a second. Stall there for just a second, fellas.
We'll just run the promo then.
Yeah, our guys better wake up with their piss hot, like I said before. So
Matt was just reminding him all game long. If you didn't wake up with it, you better show up with it. All right.
Yeah, you're right, man. We could just show the graphic itself with no sound, and it's worth it. So, man, listen, shout out to the Green Bay social
They've gotten
media
so much better, dude.
crushing, dude. And listen, you got to give credit to David Bakhtiari. If he hadn't called him out, I don't think we're making these.
Yeah.
Moves. That man, he pushed the envelope. So you see,
You gotta love it, man. Goody retools the safety room in 1 year, and the Pack retools the social media team in 1 year.
That's big.
And we're batting 1,000 on both ends. I love it.
Yeah. It's absolutely, and to try to describe it, and maybe you guys on the pod have already seen it, but they basically got the letters hot, right, or the word hot over Tucker Kraft's face. They've got cold over the Texans defender diving for the pass, and they got pissed landing in Tucker Kraft's hand.
Right in the bread basket.
And all they said was, "You know the vibes." Yes, we do. So he did.
So
thank
true.
y'all for calling that out.
I know the vibes. This is the vibe right here. That's the vibe.
Oh man, absolutely awesome. All right, let's get into the PFF grades. We're at the hour mark. We can get through this, can't we, fellas? Let's do this. Let's go full screen here for a second. So let's go ahead and sort overall here as the Packers come into next week. They're the 21st highest graded team. The big thing that sticks out is their pass blocking grade. They're second in the league at an 81.1. Let's see. There was something else here too. Which was it? Let's see. Let me go back to the overall just to grab it again. All right. So, yeah, 81.1 pass blocking. Their running grade, they're second in the league behind the Falcons, 90.2. Run blocking still at the bottom of the league, 28th at a 53.5. Defensive grade. This is what's crazy is they still haven't really peaked defensively yet. 65.4. They're 19th in the league as far as those grades go. Hafley doesn't like it. Run defense grade. The Packers are 25th according to PFF. All right. Tackle grade. The Packers are 10th, though. All right, a 56.7. Pass rush grade. The Packers are 23rd. But again, we've talked about PFF grading these pressures and whatnot. Take it with a grain of salt. Coverage grade 74.8. That's 8th best in the league coverage grade. That's been the big change, obviously. And I know special teams have been a hot button topic, and they are grading out dead last in the league right now to 50.9. However,
that dumpster smells like it's on fire again.
You don't like you that, Jen.
Exactly. So, all right, let's jump into now the team report here as we go in or look at it from a weekly standpoint. The Houston Texans game, they graded out a 62.7. The big thing that stood out, their pass blocking at 73.2, their passing grade of 70.9. That's two of the bigger positives there. If we go to the offensive grades, let's talk about the guys who really stood out. Bo Melton, listen, only 8 snaps, but an 81.2, out of this world. Romeo Dobbs, 48 snaps, 76.4. Zach Tom, 57 snaps, 72.6. Jordan Love, 72.2 with a passer grade of 70.9. That's going to help his overall grade on the year tremendously. Ben Sims, once again in the top 5. Check it out. Only 16 snaps, but a 69.6. Right there toward the top. Dontavion Wicks, 24 snaps, 68.5. You love to see that. Yes. Josh Myers having a ball game, boys. Yep. 58 snaps, 67.1. Josh Jacobs, 39 snaps, 65.0. And then Emmanuel Wilson, 60.2. Kadeem Telford, only 1 snap, but that's your top 10 as that sits right there. Elton Jenkins, a 59.8, but his pass blocking, 76.0. Yep. Again, the run blocking kind of feels like the pass rush grading with PFF. I think sometimes they might not fully understand exactly what the Packers are trying to do with some of the pin and pulls and duos and things like that they run.
Right. But I think that's what Murph was talking about earlier with Big E. You know, the pass pro was phenomenal from him.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of the best pass blocking guards in the game. There's no doubt about it, man. Let me get this pulled back up here, make sure I don't miss anything. All right.
Shout out to Bo Melton at the top of the list. Get that man some cheese curds.
Cheese curds make my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them though.
You should eat them. You should. Emilio, anything stick out to you here, man?
Yeah, just the fact that, you know, we had starters step up, and like Bo at the top there, you only get 8 plays. You got to make the most of it. I'm happy that, you know, we have a lot of O-line up there at the, you know, top 10, 11-ish. And we needed that. We talked about how it was going to be a battle in the trenches. And even with the turnovers, things like that from Love, they didn't quit. You know, that's a superpower. They come back and it's like nothing happened. And the team, I like how the team follows that mentality. They don't get worried, even if, you know, they don't pout and quit. That's so huge that's not the mentality anymore. That was getting a little old.
Short memory when it comes to mistakes, right? Make the mistake, learn from it, check the tablet on the sideline, go back out and make a play. And that's one of the things that Jordan Love is just known for at this point. You know, he makes a mistake, tries to learn from it, move on. He's not going to let it eat him up.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so there you go.
I
There,
did see, though, that we do need to still work a little bit on the running back pass blocking. But our man Chris Brooks is absolutely
right?
fire at it. So if
Only
we really
needs-
need a third down blocker, he's coming in.
Yeah, only 8 snaps, but again, at 82.4, man.
He can block.
Yes, he can, sir. Jaden Reed had a bad game according to PFF, a 40.1. So we'll keep an eye on that, obviously.
Well, we don't. That's what I'm saying. We don't have to worry about that. Like, we're so lucky that that isn't a thing that we have to, to be mad about. That our quote unquote number one, or whoever wants to call him a number one, had a bad game. No, Rome was there. Christian Watson? He didn't have a great game. He had one catch, I think. So it's not like it's never going to be perfect. Everybody's never going to get 400 yards a game. If we're blessed enough, we'll have one game where we get 3 or 4 people with 100-yard games. But how often is that actually going to happen? I have no idea.
Yeah, definitely. Tim, anything else here offensively, Bo?
I think Josh Myers is worth talking about. Probably one of the best games we've seen from him in recent memory. I even noticed that just watching it live. Normally you miss stuff watching it live, but even live I was making comments to Mrs. G, just like, look at 71 out there doing his thing. And you look at these grades and the numbers. I mean, this is probably peak Josh Myers. So if he can consistently put up games like this, we're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, completely agree, man. Completely
Would
agree.
you be happy with him long term at 67?
Oh, hell yes, dude.
79 pass blocking and was the 60 run blocking, 62 run blocking?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's look at it here by week. 50.1, 60.1, 54.5, 63.8, 38.5, 59.2, and then a 67.1. So
by PFF standards, I mean, this was his best game of the year.
Definitely. Right. No doubt about that, man. So again, got to give credit where credit's due, man. It's awesome that Myers played.
No, we like to we kind of bag on him a little bit, so we gotta give him props when he's playing well.
Yeah, absolutely.
See it, you got to say it. All right. Up next, defense. 56 snaps for Eric Wilson. Is this correct? Did he really get 56 snaps, guys?
Sure did. Sure did. Man. By the way, that's my game ball. I said that in the third quarter. He was getting a game ball. I think a bulk of the snaps came after Quay went down. But man, shout out to Eric Wilson, veteran presence in that linebacker room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if Quay hadn't got hurt, he probably would have been somewhere in the 20 range. You think something like that, maybe even less.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
He had to be on there for at least a couple plays. I mean, we had him in base before Quay went out because Quay had 13 and Eric had 56. So, with the max being 63, I mean, he only missed 7 plays all game. That's not bad at all. I mean, he was going to get playing time. I think they liked the 4-3 look against the Houston without having their explosive, wide receiver out there. Mm-hmm. I think that he wanted to kind of stay in 4-3 as long as he could.
Yeah, it makes sense. Edgerrin Cooper still running away with it here with the PTA player of the game, 65% of the vote. Second place is tied with Rashawn Gary and Brandon McManus. And then Jordan Love is bringing up the rear there.
How much does Cooper have? How much of the vote?
65%.
65%. That's what you're right, Tim. He does, don't he? So Eric Wilson, 65%. Hit it one more time.
That was Eric Wilson. Okay, so Wilson's got
65%.
65%. That's what
65% of the vote. I love it. He played about 65% of the snaps in the game too.
So yeah, right.
It's wild though. 82.7 PFF grade. What's he up to on the year now? I got to know, man. I have got to know. Is that right? An 85? Is that his grade?
Look at the last 3 games though on PFF there. Last 3 weeks, man. Solid.
Yeah, you're right, dude. You're right. 85 point. Got to keep him on the field now. It seems like every week I say somebody different. Right?
Yeah, we gotta really keep our eye on Zay McDuffie.
Yeah,
if Quay's out for a week or two, let's keep an eye on McDuffie's snaps when Quay comes back, because we could be looking at Quay, Eric Wilson, and Edgerrin Cooper going forward. So keep an eye on McDuffie. I'm sure McDuffie's going to step up for sure.
Yeah. And Quay Walker, only 13 snaps, but a 76.8, man, was on his way to having his best game of the year if I remember correctly. Yeah, hands down his best game of the career of the year. So that's a guy to kind of keep an eye on when he does get healthy. Man, he might be cutting the corner. Rashawn Gary at 74.0. We showed he was all over the tape, all over the place too. 38 snaps. He led all of the edge defenders in snaps. I think he led by maybe 2, if I remember correctly. Let's see what he's up to on the year now. 67.3. Remember, he was grading out in the 50s, so he's slowly climbing up, obviously, as he's starting to get more and more pressures as they're moving him around a little bit more. So 67.3 is a far cry from the 50s he started at. So great job there from Rashawn. Xavier McKinney, 69.1 on 63 snaps. Javon Bullard had a day, according to PFF, 66.1. Run defense grade of 71.4. No surprise there. Keyshawn Nixon, all 63 snaps, 65 PFF grades, 77 run defense grade, 78.6 tackle grade, and a coverage grade of 60.5. Eric Stokes got 7 snaps. Carl Brooks with 21 snaps finished with a 62.2 tackle grade. A little bit abysmal, but a great pass rush grade there of 72.3. Kingsley Enagbare, 35 snaps, 62.2, 75.7 run defense grade, 73.4 tackle grade with a pass rush of 53.4. Let's see who else. Isaiah McDuffie, 60.0 PFF grade. Jair, 58.3. I could kind of see that when I watched the game. That there was one play, huge explosive, that it didn't make chalk talk because obviously the Packers ended up winning, but that zone read, I think they handed it off. It's kind of like a counter play to the left, if you'll remember, Emilio.
Yep.
They were firing a cat blitz with Ja, and he just total disregard for the run, ran right by the running back. He was also the contained guy. When you're that cat blitz, you're that out. You got to play with outside leverage and stay on that running back. Now, he wasn't the only one at fault there, but I can understand why he got a lower grade there. But again, a 58.3. What's he at on the year now? Let's see. 72.8. So still having a good year, no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Kenny Clark, 58.0, had a tackle grade of 70.5. Evan Williams kind of came back down to earth, didn't he? 57, but run defense grade 87.2, tackle grade 86.7, both elite, right?
Here's the guy.
His coverage grade, they gave him a 41.2. I see, this is what I'm talking about. Like they should show their grade sheet and say, right, this play at this mark, here's what, you know what I mean? Like, that's what bothers me about PFF. And you guys know I'm a big PFF fan. It's another great tool. But, man, you got
it makes you wonder. It really does. Shout out to Evan Williams, though. Clutch play of the game, stopping that 2-point conversion.
Oh,
I mean, we won by 2 points, like
it can't be understated. 2 of the most important plays of the game, that Evan Williams stop, and then obviously Daniel Whelan handling that snap for the game-winning field goal.
Yep.
Right? I mean, it just it was huge, man. So clutch. Let's see. So we had Evan Williams, Kobe Wooden, 55.5. Lucas Van Ness, man, I'm officially worried, guys. And again, it's PFF grades. I got it. It's not everything. He's had back-to-back horrible games, a 30.0 and a 30.2. He got significant more snaps, 12 more snaps this game. Maybe he'll get settled in. Early in the year, wasn't that bad, right? 65.3, dropped to a 46.8, 64.9, 59.2, 69.4, now a 30 and a 30.2. So obviously they're and again, it could be how they're using him. That might need to be what we need to focus on now, is kind of looking at some of his pass rush snaps and seeing, okay, are they being real hesitant with him? Right. Because obviously, like we pointed out earlier, it seems like the majority of their plays that they're calling, they're kind of firing one guy and everyone else has got eyes in the backfield. But does that worry you guys with LVN at all?
I don't know about worried, maybe a little bit of a concern, right? Something to keep your eye on here. A couple weeks in a row. We talked about this last week, but I think once we go back and really dissect the film, what you said might be true. This could be how he's being used in the scheme, what his role is. We know our guys are playing team football. You don't have a bunch of, edge guys and D linemen just trying to get a sack on every play. They're trying to work in conjunction with some of these stunts and things that they're doing. So I guess we have to see, where he was most of the game, but we also got to give him a little time, man. Give him time to play through this. Year 2 could be a little bit of a sophomore slump. I'm sure he'll pull it together as we make that playoff push.
And when it comes to our boy Edgerrin Cooper, a 34.4, hands down his lowest grade of the year, according to PFF. Now, On the year, 85.9, 57.1, 65.5, 41.0, 85.5, 81.0, 34.4. So his grade right now is 66.3. That's still solid as a rookie, no doubt about it.
Right. And I mean, that's tough for LVN, right? Where he's at, obviously we want to see a little bit more, but I feel like we still got to give first rounders. I mean, Jordan Morgan, if by next year he's got a couple of 30 grades, are we ready to move on from him? Coop, I think we're just honestly lucky and blessed with how good the rookies are playing this year, that they're showing out and making it look like the second years are struggling. And what happens if Adrian Cooper, balls out the rest of this year, then has a sophomore slump? Then what is he? Is he not worth it anymore? Should we look to move him while he's still on his rookie deal? So, I mean, I think we got to give, everybody at least 2-3 years. For those kind of D linemen, things like that, I would say 3 years towards the end of their rookie deal. If we don't see something by then you move on.
That ain't no problem.
Why are we looking to dump a guy we still got 2 years, 3 years on the contract for, things like that? Let him work it out. Let him get used to the new system. We were talking about how, Joe Barry had a couple years to put in the system. This has been a few weeks to put in, this system game wise. So I think just give him some time, man. It's starting to show up.
Yeah, right now, the Baltimore Ravens are leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 4-2. That's why it's important. We want them to drop to 4-3, obviously. They're leading them 14-10, and I think Baker just threw his second interception of the game. So keeping a close eye on that for Packers purposes there. Let's go to the chat. Harry Cheese, when will the rest of the league take notice of how the Packers attack the roster changes? I'll tell you, man, Goody got real aggressive this year. It's almost like he got fed up. Like, all right, we're going to make some splash moves here. And he's willing to sign edge rushers and willing to sign safeties. That's what history says. Obviously he signed the two big edge rushers in Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith when he first took over. And he also went out and got Adrian Amos in free agency. And then, of course, this year going out and getting Xavier McKinney was huge. United Bates, Wilson just seemed to be everywhere. Wilson is a smart player, man. And, man, is he thick. That dude, he can bring the thump. If he gets an injury, it's because something bad happened. That dude takes care of his body. He is just absolutely shredded, man. He's just exactly, coach. That's exactly what he is. Larry in the house says Eric Wilson also had 24 special team snaps. Let's go ahead and switch that over, and we'll talk special teams. And get you guys out of here. Let's go total snaps. He is right. 24 total snaps with a 71.1 special teams.
That makes his day even more impressive. Another good catch from Mr. Larry here for sure.
So he ended up with almost 80 snaps. Is that right, guys?
Yeah. The guy's a machine. He's an absolute machine.
And he's definitely going to win our PTA player of the game. No doubt about that. Just took a peek over there. He's sitting at 63%. We got to get that up to 65. Change your votes. All right.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you. I rock
65%.
65%. That's what I rock in the chat says won't take the LVN slander. He literally got juked out his ankles and still made the tackle on Mix, and I like it. I rock. I like your passion, brother. I want LVN to pan out, and what Amelia was talking about, you got to give these guys a little bit more time. He is that ball of clay waiting to be molded into a player. Like we talked about with that when they drafted him. He was not a finished product. He just got a ton of upside. So hopefully he gets it together quick. I love the way he plays, high motor, never stops. I want him to pan out. There's no doubt about that. Deadfish says maybe LVN is told to hold up blockers on specific plays. Absolutely. And that's where you got to – that might be something we dive into this week, Tim, if you'll remind me, Emilio. Maybe we'll go to Next Gen Stats and look at his snaps, his pass rush snaps, and just see, okay, what exactly are they asking him to do? Because I guarantee you – I mean, we showed earlier one of the plays we showed, right, where he was occupying a double team. So – that could
the dude is huge. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, obviously we have some big dudes too, but he's long, lengthy. He can fill up two gaps lengthwise, rather than size wise. And he's got the speed to close. We saw it on the Justin Fields sack. It's just like you've been talking. Is that his objective? This down.
I'd like to see him in that wide nine, like we run with Rashawn and Preston.
Yep.
Put LVN out there.
Move him around a touch. I wouldn't mind it one bit. The other thing to look at here, obviously Malik Heath only 6 snaps, 76.6 PFF grade. LVN 15 special team snaps, 72.6. So great job contributing there on special teams. Let's see. Eric Wilson, the 24 snaps, 71.1 we talked about. Corey Ballantyne, 20 snaps, 67.7. That probably tells you a lot about who PFF thought was to blame for that muff punt, right? The fact that his special teams grades are 67.7. So
yeah, I guess they're putting that one on
Keyshawn, I would imagine. Let's see where Keyshawn's at here on special teams. Is he anywhere? Yep, 52.6. Yeah. So that's probably why.
Where they have Jaden Reed? Right there, 18.
60. He only had 4 snaps. Obviously, that punt, whew, man, that was tough to watch.
And I think he just lost. I have to go back and look at it. I just want to see where his feet started on that play. Because like Matt was talking in his interview, if your feet start on the 25, it's a lot different backpedaling up and trying to judge how far 15 yards is, to get to your buffer of 10. When you're looking up at the sky trying to catch a ball. So I'm not mad at it. I do just need to see where his feet were.
I got you. Javon Bullard, Edgerrin Cooper, 62.3, only 4 snaps. So Javon Bullard, 61.4 on 12 snaps. Everybody else is kind of minute snaps. As far as who was in the tank on special teams, Aaron Mosby, 17 snaps, 36 grade. Kingsley Enagbare, 15 snaps, 45.1. Evan Williams, 51 on 16 snaps. Tyron Hopper, 15 snaps, 51.3. And Matt Orzik, 51.6. Obviously, that snap going to play a big role in that grade there. Coach Half is not happy. All right. Anything else you guys want to see here as far as the special teams grades for PFF?
Yeah, I want to see Bo Melton not being the flyer anymore. I want to see Bo Melton returning some punts. Bo Melton back there. Let's take a break from the Jaden Reed project. And,
Tim mentioned that the other day, guys. And when Tim mentioned it, what did I say, Tim? Oh, my Madden, boy, he's a way better returner than Keyshawn. I've taken a couple of them to the house, and I get Keyshawn. I feel like I'm running them up.
They don't call him Get Busy Bo for nothing, right? Let him return a punt. Let him sit back there and get busy. I'd like to see it.
Yes, sir. All right, so there are your PFF grades. Go ahead, Millie. I'm sorry, Bo.
No, I was just saying I like that, Tim. I like that move. I wouldn't be opposed to it at all.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot. Keyshawn's been getting a lot of heat, for all the money we paid him and everything this year, and his role on the team.
But he's played well on defense.
That's what I'm saying. The guy's earning every nickel. He's earning every single nickel that we gave him. No pun intended in the nickel, and on the boundary and in the return game. So I think, and as far as Jaden Reed goes, we already know Bird is like super valuable on this offense, and I personally I'd like to see him maybe shake it up a little bit. I could see Bo Melton returning punts. I really could. Yeah.
Weather gets colder, ball's not going as far. Maybe we'll get some more returns from Keyshawn.
Yep.
Set it up. And Clay, I don't know, you didn't catch the Jam Shuffle, did you today?
I haven't yet. I usually listen.
Marty was going. He was saying, they were going off about the Packers in a good way. Big Daddy said wasn't texting him. There wasn't, because he wasn't complaining, kind of thing. But he said, Green Bay's they're legit. Lombardi thinks that Detroit's the best team in the NFL right now. But he said that we are legit, and his host was saying how that Jordan Love isn't a top quarterback. Slander probably is all but gone at this point. He really is showing up, showing out.
Got it. Good stuff. All right, here's that punt you were kind of wanting to see, Emilio. Can you see the screen? Okay.
Yep.
So all right, let's see. You were wanting to see where his feet were when now.
When I guess where he started before he started backpedaling.
Kind of hard to see, isn't it?
Yeah, I might need to go to end zone. Okay, so he was
at least at the 20.
Yeah.
Or near there, 15, something like that.
Yeah. I wonder if let's see if on the end zone cam we can see it. Probably even more difficult. I don't know. You might be able to catch it a little bit more.
Yeah, they might zoom out here at the end.
It was a good punt. I know that, man. He put some air under that thing.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's all in your, where are you lining up in your estimation? See, here he is at the 10. He had to have been at least at the 15.
Yeah, it looked like he already started backpedaling. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Right. So it's like one thing to judge, like, okay, how far is this guy going to boot this ball? But it's another thing when that thing's in the air, swirling around in the wind and sailing on you and trying to judge it.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was definitely at the 20. There's no doubt, man. He had to have been at least at the 20-yard line. So that's tough, man, because, again, it's carrying you back. But, again, though, man, once you backpedal 10 yards, just let that thing go. It's tough.
Yep.
If he had muffed that and they recovered it for a touchdown, that's your ball game, boys. That is your ball game.
So there's one where we have, here's a situation. This is just my opinion. Here's a situation where you probably let it drop. And then we look at the Keyshawn punt, and you're in traffic, you're backed up, run up there and field that damn ball, and don't wait till the last second and let it drop with all that traffic around you. So those things can be cleaned up, right? That's just a fundamentals kind of thing.
Yeah. And we'll dive into that tomorrow too with Chalk Talk. That Keyshawn or that muff punt there, between Keyshawn and Corey Ballantyne, will definitely break it down. So we'll take a deeper look. I want to get everybody's opinion on it because, I can see the argument for people that are going, man, that's on Keyshawn. He's got to scream, Peter, everybody move, get out of the way. And if he's waiting till the last second to decide that, then Corey does fight through the whistle. I got you. It's just, I don't know, man. I get frustrated.
I respect your opinion too, though, Clayton. Like you said, like Ballantyne's got to know, don't run at your own guy in that situation.
And when I went, much how it always happens, when you make comments directly after the game, you're emotional, Yep. So when I went back and watched it, he actually does get squared back around, and I think in his mind he hasn't heard Key say Peter, right? I think what he's doing is he just spun around like, I got to keep him off of Key. He's catching this thing. I think Keyshawn Bell's. And a great punt, too, like I said, with the backwards trajectory and all that. So it's tough, man. Again, that's why I try to hold my opinion in the post-game show, because I'm telling you 90% of the freaking time I'm wrong right after the game, until I go back and watch the tape and go, yeah, knucklehead, you're an idiot. So the other thing, too, I heard the number today. I think it was 93% chance that you win the game if you're +3. So we had a 7% chance to win that game. That's not including the middle eight and not including the explosives, which I'm sure if we compiled all that in, it was probably over 95%. So the fact that you stole one away there, matter of fact, it just hit me. I remember I tweeted about it. I'm going to see if I can find it, or did I dream tweeting it? But I think I said, I laid out the statistics there at halftime. And what I said was, let's go steal this win. I don't know if you guys remember me.
I remember that. Yep.
Do you? Okay, so I did actually tweet it. I don't know if I was just pissed off up here by myself and talking. But, let's see if we can find it.
No, you know why you're going to be pissed? Because after this, you got to go downstairs and take the trash out. It's Monday night.
Thank you so much, man. she's back in town, though. I'm not getting out of it this week, I promise you.
I know they're overflowed from last week, when you barely made it in time. So
see if I can find it here. Where are we at? I know I tweeted it out. Yeah, here we go. So I'll pop it over here, and then we'll get out of here. Because I just want you guys, this was my mindset. And lo and behold, it ended up happening. Believe me, I would not have put money on it. But, so I put – this was at halftime. Obviously, I just quote tweeted the Packers tweet there where they said it's 19-14. I put turnover differential, Houston 3-0, middle eight, Houston 6-0, explosives 4-3. The Packers should be losing by 14-plus points. Let's go steal this dub.
Yep, and that's exactly what happened, Clayton. You're a genius, man. You called it.
It would have been such a disappointment if you didn't steal that dub, because it's the fact that you're just down by 5 points. That shows you how well LaFleur was coaching. And I know he got aggressive and away from the run at times. We talked about it on first down, but still, man, to keep you in that game is just wild.
Tupac LaFleur had me in my feelings in that first half, man, with all that.
Me too, man.
All that fancy pants crap in the red zone and short yardage situations. I'm like, Josh Jacobs is right there. Just hand him the damn ball. Why are we
crushing? He's crushing right now. Because what did he finish with?
But hey, what the hell do I know? I'm sitting here in my basement talking with you guys. I'll let Tupac LaFleur call his own games, and we'll keep stacking up dubs. So no problems from me.
Last thing here. So he was averaging. Let's see, he was 76 yards on 12 carries. Right. So 76. Right about 12. So he was averaging 6.3 yards a carry, and we're coming out on first down running jet sweeps. Like, listen, that's all I'll say. I'm just going to leave it at that. Because, again, we got the dub. This is Victory Monday. Sorry, Coach. Yeah, there you go. Or you could hit him with this one, too. We got another one in here, too. Where's it at? Did I add it in? Oh,
this is
we showed it
Monday, right? Yeah, there you go.
That's what you need.
That really is the best one.
Look at that chain. Look at that crucifix chain, man. Tell me that is the definition of going hard in the paint. Look at that thing, man.
He went full tilt on that costume.
That comb over is hard in the paint right there.
Hey, that's Uncle Bill.
You saw that brush, Tim. You saw that thing he used.
You want to know what my Uncle Bill looks like right there? Just imagine that guy from the mountains of Caucasus. That's what he looks like right there. So, all right, y'all got anything else, boys?
Yeah, one more Victory Monday for Romy Rome in the house. Love it.
I'm just saying. So shout out to Dennis Shook with the super chat. Appreciate you, bub. Seth Reuter, thank you for the super chat. You guys are awesome. Also, Emilio, who was it yesterday? Joyce.
Yeah, Joyce with the memberships.
Yeah, 10 of them.
Yeah, Joyce. What was the last name there? Do you remember?
Hold on, I sent it to you. It was Joyce Martha.
Joyce Martha. So Joyce Martha gifted 10 memberships to 10 random viewers. And some people, we've noticed that after we go off the air, they do the gifting because they don't want their name called. But I'm sorry, I'm going to call you out every time. We appreciate y'all. It means the world to us that you support the stream. So, all right. That being said, we're out of here. Tim, give me a hand with this, dude.
Chalk Talk tomorrow.
For those of you listening on the pod.
Good stall. Thank you for making us part of your day.
How many times are you going to come to my press conference late?
As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. Go Pack, go.